Welcome back to the Caribou Data Science Channel. This is the Sunday, January 3rd, 2021 here in Central Ohio in the U.S. I'm getting ready to run my weekly analysis of COVID-19 deaths by age and sex. By sex, I mean male, female, and age is different age brackets, okay? As we short from historic data, we know that the most affected uh, age group with COVID-19 deaths are basically 55 and older, with 65 and older really goes up, okay? So I just imported some new data here. Just make sure I did, in fact, have the correct numbers here, the correct data here. Good. Now the only question is, will this actually, did I inadvertently change some names? Let's see what goes on here. Oh no, let's see. Okay, we don't need that. Very good. I fixed that in this thing. Let's see how this works. Oh no. Oh, wait, we don't need that either because it's already. No, we do need this, but we shouldn't actually need a format statement. So let's just see how this works now. Oh, as date, weekly date must be compatible with existing data. Okay, so let's run these two lines here first. Okay. Oh, I thought I fixed that. You know what, let's do? Let's do this. First of all, now we could fix this inside of, inside the script itself, but we're starting here with the weekly data, right? But let's just fix it here. All we're going to do, we're going to come back in here, do a find, replace. We're going to replace this with this. We're going to change this to date. Okay. So now let's come back up here, run the script again. Come back over here. You can see data is a character string now. So let's see what happens if we run this line here. No. Okay, so we do have to come back up here, run that. You can see what it is here. So we can say month dash day dash year. Let's see what happens now. Well, it did do a date format, but unfortunately, we got no dates. So let's try this. Year. Oh, this could be the problem right there. Month, day. So let's run this again. Okay, good. Good. So what it does, it takes the format and converts it into a year, month, day format, okay? So now you can see this right there. All right. So once again, total COVID-19 deaths by age and sex, gender and sex. Uh, Sources: the U.S. Center for Disease Prevention and Control. All ages. Now we're going to pull out only the records that does not contain all ages or all sex, because these are the summary lines. Okay. Let's run that. Let's see how this works here then. Okay. So what we could continue to see here is, now how come there's not a sort of interesting in it? How come we don't see a look, anyway, what you can see is the males there continues to be more male COVID-19 deaths than female COVID-19 deaths. So now let's look at this a little different way. Let's break it out by age group. You can see this again. To date, uh, uh, the females 85 and older. The 80 no, no by age group, 85 and older has still the most deaths so far, over 75,000, close to 80,000 deaths, 85,000 deaths, or 90,000 deaths. Okay, you can see it drops back down here. All right. So if this is 25,000, this is 12,500. So you can see from here to here is half. And the further down we go, the fewer deaths there are for each age group. Okay. That's the percentage by age group. Total not found. Okay, did we get the data here first of all? So date. Okay, so we need to come back up here now and use the same piece of code back up here. Except we're going to change it to state. Age. Okay. Age. So now let's run this and see what happens. So now we got our date format back. So we'll come down here, and now we're going to exclude all the see the remember all ages, all sex is a summary label. Okay, this is summary for the United States as a whole, I think. So let's do this. Let's run this. Let's see. We don't have a total there, do we? Date, state, age. Total. Oh, this is age. This is total what? Fortunately, I don't remember what total was. Deaths? Let's try deaths. What we're looking for here is the percentage of total deaths by age, not just. Okay, so now we got the total by percentage. So let's run this back on the top here. Okay, So now you can see once again, the 85 and older accounts for over almost 24% of the deaths so far. The deaths, but this data is by last Saturday. So these are the numbers as of January 2nd. I'm sorry, these are the numbers as of uh, December 26th, 2021. Okay? So once again, you can see that that the 85 and older group counts for about 23% of the deaths. And this continues down. If you come down here to 45 and under, okay, if you come down here to 30, this is slightly out of order, but if you come down here and look at this, okay, 30 to 49. Okay, what we got are, we got some overlapping age groups here, okay? But the bottom line is this. Under age 30, under age 50, the mortality rate drops to 5%, okay? And under age 44, it drops to 2.5%. 25 to 34 drops to under 2.5%. So forth. So what you can see here is a huge drop in the mortality rate below age 54, below age 55. Okay, what we got here now? Okay, so now we break this down. Okay, by by sex, and you can see in the first group, 85 and older, females lead the males. But from that point on down, from 84 on down, the number of deaths, males outnumber the women in terms of COVID-19 deaths. Okay, what we got down here now? So now we break these deaths out by date for the most affected group, which is 55 and older. And you can see as these numbers go up, the deaths go up. But if you come out here to November, December, you can see all four groups are showing a decline, okay, in COVID-19 deaths. Continue declining here, okay? Let's take a look here and see what we got here now. Oh, okay, so these must be deaths. Deaths. Okay. Well, this certainly isn't good news. What you can see, if this number is correct, then COVID-19 deaths have gone back up to about 25% of the total deaths. Okay, this is back in November, early December, but now sometime in December, they fell back down to 10%. This is still pretty good. It's interesting that this spiked back up here. Then it fell back down to about 10%. Unfortunately, before this, it was down below 7.5%. It is interesting that this number's fallen back down at the rising. Now let's look at this. Let's see. Plot of both total deaths and total COVID. Heart disease accounts for 655,000 deaths. Cancer for 599,000. The current number here is what? Where's my prediction? Right here. The current number of deaths is 355,186. Okay. Let's change this back down here. Now, you can look here and you can say, well, looks here. But we did not catch. But you can see there's still over 200,000, over 250,000 more people die of cancer each year than have died of COVID-19 in the last 12 months. More than 300,000 people die each year of cancer, of heart disease, than died of COVID-19. Let's just do another couple plots here and see what this tells us. Total deaths. Deaths. Okay. Okay, so we look here, and this is the total deaths plotted on top of the COVID-19 deaths. You can still see a huge difference here in the number of deaths. Okay. What about total deaths and COVID-19 deaths? This here should be a log scale, right? Okay. So the numbers should look a little different, except for they don't. Okay. This doesn't really affect anything, does it? So you can see that hmm. So you can see here, this represents the total deaths, and this represents the COVID-19 deaths. You can still see a huge difference here, and you can see the total deaths are falling. Interesting. And you would expect flu deaths, for instance, to go up this time of year. What's this going to do here? Okay, so now we're looking at the COVID-19 deaths by age, by week for the people under age 55. Okay. Once again, you can see here that this 55 to 54 age group, about 300 deaths here, fallen some. The 45 to 55 spiked at about 600 deaths, but you can see that's begun to decline. And the 55 to 14, of course, is like nothing. Now, what about deaths by age group for the previous 7 days? 19. So 7 and 19. 19. So this would be 26. Okay, so because we only want to look at the deaths by age group for the last 7 days. Okay, now this is kind of interesting. You can see 85 and older still accounted for almost 400 deaths in the last 7 days. 75 to 84 deaths, about 350 deaths. But during the last 7 days, look at this. 65 and under, the numbers fall drastically. So apparently there wasn't a lot of people dying at the 64 and under deaths in the last 7 days. Okay, so that concludes this report for the day. Let's run it once more from the top, just to make sure we got it completely covered. Now, I would say, well, we are seeing a spike in some age groups. Okay, we are seeing a spike in some age groups. Age groups here, age group there, percentage-wise, total cases. And you can see the deaths are falling in these age groups. Okay, deaths are falling in this age groups here. But you can see there was a huge spike in COVID-19 deaths. Okay, but then he fell back down again. So you can see at some point, COVID-19 deaths accounted for over 25, almost 22% of the deaths back over here. Okay, but then it fell back down below 10%. Again, this just shows us the relationship between the two. You can see deaths falling here and COVID-19 deaths falling here. And you can see again the same thing here. Same thing here that's showing the least affected age groups are 55 and below, and the number of deaths for the various age groups for the previous 7 days. Okay, so that concludes the report. COVID-19 analysis by age and sex for January 3rd, 2021. And we'll catch you later on a different report.